This is the Chrissy Swan Show.
I am brimming full of excitement and news today. I've got so much I need to talk about. So much. SMTD, so much to discuss. Sweeping statements is coming up, of course. But first, a big happy birthday to Vegemite.
I did see it turned 100 yesterday.
One of my absolute favourite flavours of all time. I love it, love it, love it. I eat it all the time. Sometimes the only thing that will absolutely hit the spot is buttery toast with Vegemite.
I hear ya.
Oh my God, I'm salivating just thinking about it. And this morning, Vegemite did make an appearance in my kitchen. I was making the kids' lunches. I know, I'm doing it again, much to my horror. And I think as I made Kit, he's 12, he's my middle son, and as I made his little Helga's white bread sandwich with butter and Vegemite, I was struck at how different my two sons are. I've got Leo, who's 14, nearly 15, Kit, who's 12, and it's very common for two brothers to be very, very, very dissimilar, and that is the case at my place. Here are the lunches that I made this morning. A white bread Helga's sandwich for my 12-year-old with Vegemite on it. For Leo, I put in a container some marinated Mexican chicken breast with black beans and corn, some pickled cabbage and carrot on the side, sprinkled it with fresh coriander, and then scooped some fresh avocado in the corner, and then squeezed lime juice all over the whole lot.
That is one sophisticated lunch.
That is one set of very different brothers.
Oh, Leo.
Very, very different.
I didn't think I could love you more, but I do. Good on him. And also good on you, Swanee, for making two separate lunches.
Oh, look, I'm actually in the mood for it at the moment, which is rare. Very rare.
Coming up next, we're going to play a round of Who Am I?
Who am I? A queen in the kitchen? Could be. Now find your queen vanilla in the baking aisle to discover how a little queen does wonders in your bakes.
What's my name?
Who is it? Chrissy Swan's Who Am I?
It's Tammy from Eaglevale. Hello, Tam.
Hi, how are you?
Are you Tamara on your birth certificate or just straight
I'm
Tammy? Yeah, nice.
I'm Tammy.
You're the
Yes.
second Tammy I know that's not a Tamara. It must
And
be a thing.
I'm one of the ladies that you met at the Masked Singer with the colourful
Oh my
hair
God,
with the new comedic.
Tammy! Did
Yeah.
we have a very memorable cuddle?
We did.
Yes, I do remember that. I've got to give you a little stat, Tammy, while I'm on the line to you. Did you know that you're supposed to have 8 hugs a day and they're supposed to last for 8 seconds? I reckon you and I did the equivalent of 2 or 3 that day at the Masked Singer.
So too.
Hey,
Lovely.
Tammy, you obviously sat in the audience at the Masked Singer. Did you feel ripped off not being able to see who was unmasked?
Yes, my daughter they pulled up my daughter to do a take it off, to encourage people to take it off. My daughter took off the crush mask and they said all different names and everyone's, they were trying to get everyone to talk.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Well, the magic of TV, Tammy. Let's get you some cash. This is how it works. I've got the 5 clues here about a particular celebrity, and I've also got $500 cash to give away, thanks to Queen Baking. Every incorrect guess you make, though, $100 off. Let's start with $500. Let's go. People regard me as one of the biggest stars in Hollywood.
No, don't know. Sorry.
Clue number 2
Could have had a crack, Tabby.
for $400 cash.
Jacob Elordi recently said I was his first crush.
Oh, my God.
Jacob,
I've heard that.
he's about to play Elvis, Jacob Elordi. It looks great.
Oh, my daughter would know this, and she's not here with me.
Clue number 3 for $300 cash.
I reckon you'll get this, Tam Bam. I have 6 children, including twins, Vivian and Knox.
And she's Hollywood star. Angelina Jolie.
So close.
Clue number 4 for $200 cash.
I can be seen in the films Fight Club and Thelma and Louise.
I actually don't know.
You're stuck on the gender, Tammy. For $100, I was married to Angelina Jolie.
Brad Pitt.
Yes!
Oh,
Brad
I was going going for the female, not the male.
I know. Sometimes you get that thought in your head and you can't get rid of it.
Yes.
Still $100 cash though, Tammy.
That is amazing. Thank you
Good
so
on you,
much.
Tammy. See you next season on Masked Singer.
You will. I will be there. And have you used all your body satin yet?
I sure have, my lovely.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Who doesn't love paying less for their favourite beauty brands? Love paying less for glowing skin or love paying less for feeling better? Find great prices on everything you love only at Priceline Pharmacy.
Shop in store or online at priceline.com.au. The Chrissy Swan Show.
Community service announcement. There's a massive sale that started today, 50% off heaps of huge brands of makeup. Get in there or check out my Insta reel on my Insta page, Chrissy Swan, for my pics. I want to talk about Kristen Cavallari.
Oh, it brings back great memories from the hills.
This is one of the great themes.
The best theme. I don't think you can name a theme that tops this for me. Nothing will for me.
What about Orange County? You know, California.
This is my karaoke song though, so I just have a love for it.
So what year? What was Jack doing when he was watching this?
Oh, probably in like grade 4. Shouldn't have been watching it. Or grade 3.
What sort of outfits was Jack rocking?
I think I was in piping hot t-shirts, but had recently discovered the V-neck at JJ's.
Oh my God, a life-changing moment. Well, she was the star of that show, The Hills, and I wasn't a fan of The Hills, but I know Kristen Cavallari because she's got a massive podcast and she's just around all the time.
She got a show, her own show based in New York, I believe, after The Hills, so she kind of lived a bit longer.
She was the breakout star.
Yeah.
Of The Hills. Well, she's on her most recent podcast. She regales us with a story about an Australian rugby player that she had a romantic interlude with, but then he just took things too seriously, too quickly. Have a listen.
When he left, he sent me a really sweet text. He was like, "You're beyond beautiful. Like, that was amazing, blah, blah, blah." Like, the next day, all of a sudden, there was a shift where it was like, this guy is coming on so strong.
Like, wants to marry you.
Literally, he was like, "How do we make this work?" And I was like, "We don't. You live in Australia." And he goes, "Do you want me to change that?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, "What?"
So when he says, "Do you want me to change that?" it means that after 24 hours of meeting, he was ready to move to America to be with this woman.
Like, that's crazy to me. And also the idea that, like, they were all at a club or a bar together.
Yeah.
And he's obviously on a footy trip because it's like their off season.
Yeah.
Surely your mates are like trying to pull you into line and be like, "Hey, bro, you met her like yesterday. We're going now to other parts of America. Chill."
You live in a different country. I mean, I understand long distance. I understand moving to a country for somebody that you love, but not for somebody that you've met the night before. I just want him to relax. Of course, I also want to know who it is. Not that I know anything about sport. You could tell me now, "Oh, it's Harry Bloom." And I'd go, I still got no idea.
She did say that he looked like David Beckham. So for any rugby lovers out there,
yeah, who do you think it might be? We're always taking your calls, 13 24 10. But I think there's got to be something in, have you ever had to tell somebody that you've had a romantic interlude with to just relax?
yeah.
I mean, that would be alarming. You meet a guy or a girl and you have what they call in the parlance of our times a hookup.
Yeah.
And then they want to move to your city the next day?
Nuts.
That is alarming.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
We've got to talk about Kristen Cavallari's latest story. She's from the Hills. It doesn't really matter. She's famous in America. She's famous everywhere. But she hooked up with an Australian rugby player overseas, and then within 24 hours he was texting her saying, how do we make this work, and do you want me to move to America? Which is, I think, I mean, look, I'm not a romantic person. I'm a very pragmatic person. But am I right in saying that that's too quick? Too
quick.
Soon? Yeah, okay, great.
And also a red flag for her because he's probably gone home and Googled her, realised who she is and been like, "Oh yeah, I'll sign up for that."
13 24 10, when have you had to tell a romantic interest to relax? Kathy, what is your story?
Hi, I was on a first date with this guy, and you talk about your background, ever been married before, and I'm like, yep, I'm divorced, and then a bit more chit-chat, and then he said, "Oh, things were to work out between us. Would you get an annulment? Because I want to get married in a Catholic church. And I went, no, my ex has moved on. I wouldn't do that to him.
How long had you been divorced for when he asked you to? Just in case you're listening and you're wondering what an annulment is, it's when all record of the wedding marriage having taken place is scrapped.
Deleted.
Wiped. Yeah. So how long had you been?
Good 15 years.
Oh.
15 years.
Kathy, at what point did you say, I'm sorry, I'm wasting my time here?
I finished the date because it's not as if he had serial killer vibes or anything, and then just very politely at the end of it said, I don't think this is going to work out.
Yes, I think that's fair. Got yourself a Priceline pharmacy voucher, Kathy. Check out the sale. It's on till Monday. Maria, what is your story?
Okay, I just got back to Melbourne, moved into a caravan park, saw this nice strapping lad, but we went out for one coffee, and the following day I find out that he's been telling everyone, like, I'm his girlfriend and we're dating now. And then on top of that, he showed up for a second date with a backpack.
To move in with you?
Possibly, yes. And I literally quietly and in a really calm way sort of shoved him toward the door and said, look, I've got things on at the moment, so yeah, we can't do this.
That is unbelievable.
Was he working at the caravan park, Maria, or was he living there?
He was working there.
Maria.
So you can understand, yes.
I've got to ask you, this just seems so bonkers to me. In your opinion, do normal people do this? Like, what's your take on it?
When it comes to me, it seems to be like a thing. I don't know. I seem to have like stalkers. So unfortunately, yeah. But I don't believe it's a normal thing.
That is an unbelievable story. Priceline Pharmacy.
Did Maria say she has stalkers?
She has stalkers.
I reckon Maria's obviously a solid 10. I have stalkers. Alana, when did you have to tell your date to chill?
Yeah, so I was working at this cafe and I was seeing this guy. This guy was coming to my work. He was like really romantic, bringing flowers every day after I finished work. And he said at the time he was holidaying from New Zealand. And anyway, I was like, okay, that's nice. Like, this guy's really nice. Took me out for dinner. And then he goes, okay, I'd really like to see you again. Yeah, no problem. And then I got a call about a week later saying, hey, I'm at the airport. Can you come and pick me up? And I was like, what do you mean you pick up? It's like, I've moved here. Like, can I come and stay with you? I was like, no. And it was so, I would never have seen it coming. He was a beautiful African man that was so nice and romantic, and then just massive red flag, just moved all the way from New Zealand, like, to live with me. And I was like, no, I can't pick you up from the airport.
My mind is blown with how often this is happening. I would never do this.
Alana, whilst he was in New Zealand, did you have any communication, or could you have led him on at any point?
Nothing. There was no indication. I was just like, I just thought, like, he's visiting, this is nice. He hadn't even been to my house. Like, he was just meeting me for coffee after work.
Had you given him a little kisseroo?
We had kissed, but like, we were out in public. That was it. There was nothing to say that he was going to move entire countries for me.
That is alarming.
It was mental.
Pharmacy voucher for you, Alana. That's really scary. Like,
yes, it is.
I'm
What
scared.
are people thinking? I'm sure they're normal people. What happens? I mean, you and I are not the ones to ask.
Chrissy's clickbait.
Well, I was surprised to realise that the audiobook of Britney Spears' memoir, The Woman in Me, brings out the woman in you, was released yesterday. I really thought it was just going to be one of these long publicity trails like the Barbie movie that we had to see bits and bobs of for a year before it was released. But no. It's out.
It's out there. I mean, who knows how long Britney's got, man? Get it out.
You're going to regret that because you're right. And it's very dark.
Just the truth, though. I spit truths.
Is there, this audiobook's come out, 7.1 million streams since, 10 seconds ago.
That's for her music.
Oh, I thought that was the audiobook stream.
No, this is for her back catalogue of music.
Oh, so people are reading the book and then going, I might just survive a bit of Britney.
In one day. 7.1 million.
I mean, we just have the appetite for her, don't we?
We do.
The audiobook was not read by Britney Spears, which should... I mean, look, it wasn't written by her either, let's face it. So the audiobook was read by the gorgeous actress Michelle Williams, who I adore. She was the wife or ex-wife of the late Heath Ledger. And she's Dawson's Creek, isn't she, to start with?
Yes.
Oh, Dawson's. This is what Michelle Williams, the actress, sounds like reading the words of Britney Spears.
Shaving my head was a way of saying to the world, F*** you. You want me to be pretty for you? F*** you. You want me to be good for you? F*** you. You want me to be your dream girl? F*** you.
It just sounds so funny coming from such like a Thespo sounding voice.
But I can hear Britney saying that. Like, I can, well, whoever her ghostwriter was, writing that and going, is that okay, Britney?
From the bits, you're right, Swanee, from the bits I've heard, because I've heard other audio book snippets.
Yeah.
They have written it in the sort of tone
In
and
her voice
of Britney. They've done it really well.
Will you read it, do you think? Do you read?
No.
Can you read?
Yeah, what did I last read? I read Lawrence Mooney's book over summer. But no, look, reading's probably not for me.
Look, I think the Britney book is going to go the same way that the Harry book went for me. That is Spare.
You bought that?
I bought it at the airport, so excited. And then by the time I was ready to read it, I was so over the publicity for it that I gave it away to somebody who wanted it on this very show.
A listener one.
Let's move on to Squid Game, shall we? A new incarnation of Squid Game called Squid Game The Challenge. The trailer has been released. This is intriguing. So Squid Game is a drama series, spooky as hell.
Very dark.
Squid Game The Challenge is an actual reality show.
Well, when you think back to the set of Squid Game, it really does lend itself to a reality show because it looks like Friday Night Live on Big Brother.
It really does.
Like the arena.
The trailer certainly is giving that. But do people die?
Well,
Isn't the whole thing with Squid Game is that you get shot and killed?
Should we have a listen to the trailer?
Yeah.
It is now time for the next game. Please enter the game hall immediately.
People's true colors are starting to come out.
I gotta be free. This is a $4.56 million game.
What's going on? I don't understand it. I've watched the trailer twice. I still don't get it.
Well, $4.56 million is a lot of money to give away. There's 456 people in it, I believe.
Somebody gets shot in it.
When she's saying true colours, does she mean their blood?
I don't know.
There's blood pouring out.
I don't know.
Hey, how triggering is that intro, though, for our COVID lockdown? Like, it just immediately reminds me of lockdown.
I've got another one that can trigger you. Have a listen to the Tiger King.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm plunged into a deep depression. TV themes are so triggering. I've got another one here for you. This one, every time I hear it, I loved this show, but there's...
Game of Thrones, you don't like the intro?
I love the intro, but the last time I was obsessed with Game of Thrones and I would wait for every episode to drop, loved it, was 2013, and I had 2 radio shows,
That's
2
right.
TV shows, and 3 kids under 4. Look, it wasn't. I didn't.
Let's just say
I lost the will to live, all
you would
right?
have been signing up for Squid Game The Challenge.
This is the Chrissy Swan Show.
Hey ho, it's just after 3 o'clock on the Chrissy Swan
Hey
Show.
ho.
Hey ho. When I was driving in, have you noticed recently, or probably since COVID, there's a lot of phone numbers that come to your phone that you do not recognise?
Right? Like, who did we give our numbers to over COVID? The devil?
I don't know.
He's calling a lot.
I think so. And there's at least 1 or 2 a day from people that I don't know, or you answer it and they go 7, 4, 5, 9, 8. And then they hang up. You're like, what was the point of that? Well, today I missed a call, and you will never know this, Jack, but when you've got kids and you get a call that looks like from a landline, you answer it because you think, What's happened?
It's school.
Yeah. So I missed a call and then I got in the car and I saw that there was a voicemail. No one ever leaves voicemails. So I hit go on the voicemail, and because I was driving, once I realised that it was a pointless phone call, I couldn't hang up because then I'd lose my licence. So I let the voice message run to the very, very end, and I'm so glad I did.
Good afternoon, this is Shay from VIP Home Services. We're just calling to let you know that you're eligible for our amazing discounts cleaning offers. Give us a call back, 132-613, and you have a great day. Bye. I don't want to close my eyes.
I'm sorry at the end. Shay, I'm not going to call you back, but I will say, I don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, Shay. And I don't want to miss a thing.
The Chrissy Swan Show. Chrissy's Quizzy.
And that's sweet something in the Chrissy Swan Show bum bag. Our tickets to go see The Weeknd. That is amazing.
Amazing. He's bringing his After Hours Till Dawn tour to Australia this November and December. Visit livenation.com.au for tickets and more info. But
Who we got?
Lena and Morgan, you could be going.
Lena.
Hello.
Hello, Lena. Hello, Morgan.
Hi.
You know, if it was great news this week. One of our favourite friends of the show, Miguel Mastre, was announced as the new host. They're bringing back that old show, Ready, Steady, Cook. Do you remember Ready, Steady, Cook from years ago? Yeah. And Miguel is hosting it. And he has a child called Morgan who he calls Morgan. So I'm going to call you Morgan, okay?
I'm happy with that.
Okay, great. Let's get cracking. Your name is your buzzer. It's the best of 5, meaning the first person to get 3 answers correct wins the game. And we'll walk away with a Money Can't Buy Chrissy Swan Show bum bag stuffed to the brim with tickets to The Weeknd. Question number 1. Taylor Swift is releasing the Taylor's version of which album tomorrow? Oh, girls.
Morgan?
Yes, Morgan? Morgan?
Oh, I'm just gonna. Oh, I don't know. I've only got the eras to it in my mind.
No album there. It's 1989. Cannot wait.
Question number 2.
If you had to pick a favourite song off 1989, what is it?
Oh, is Dancing With Our Hands Tied on that? It's an album track, random.
I don't think so.
No. 1989, maybe Out of the Woods?
That's my favourite too.
Yeah.
Blank Space, also good. Question number 2. Who wrote the play Romeo and Juliet?
Lena?
Yes, Lena?
Shakespeare?
Yes, indeed. That's the first one on the board.
Question number 3.
Which American celebrity has had to defend the shape of her baby's head this week?
Morgan? Lena?
Morgan?
Paris Hilton?
Yes.
I mean, what a head.
You know,
I know.
it is, I tell you what, it's very difficult to keep your baby's head symmetrical.
Far out.
It really is, because Leo was my first child and he would sleep with his head to the side. He had a flat head on the side, and I took him to the GP for something unrelated, and the GP looked at me and he said, is something being done about the asymmetry of that child's head?
What did you say?
I had to buy him a special pillow and stuff.
That's why my right ear is so prominent, because I used to sleep on it like that.
That's
what Mum
why.
tells me.
Absolutely. Question number 4. 13 years ago to the day this song was released.
Morgan? Lena?
Morgan, what is the title and artist?
Katy Perry Fireworks?
Yes.
Very quick, Morgan.
Still a great
Katy
song.
Perry.
Still a great song. She's never been as good.
No, she's a good judge on American Idol now.
In which year did the Titanic sink?
Morgan.
Morgan for the win.
Oh, shivers. In what year did it sink?
Yeah.
No, it was April.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, shit. 1912.
Yes!
1912?
Yes, Morgan!
I remember hearing something on the TV about it.
God, well done.
Slash, she just Googled it. Either or.
I don't
I'm
think
happy
she
for
did
you.
Google it, Morgan. You're not a Googler.
I was thinking of the Titanic. I was like, I heard it on something on the Netflix about it.
It's all right. You've won. You've won. No further questioning.
The justification, Morgan, you are going to see The Weeknd in his After Hours Till Dawn tour. Enjoy, my friend. Next, sweeping statements.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
I mean, I love that song so much. I don't care that it makes me so sad. You're listening to the Chrissy Swan Show. And if you want to feel even sadder, please Google Billie Eilish's new tattoo. Yow!
What is it? What is it?
Oh, I don't even know what it is. It looks like she has been chewed up by a lawnmower.
We are not moving on until I've...
Really? You've got to look at it?
I need to see it.
It looks so painful. And it's so big. It's like her whole back.
Oh, what is that?
I don't even know what it is. Yeah, everyone's leaving the show now. That was a very bad idea from me.
I don't approve.
Sweeping statements, not a good to have a full back tattoo.
Swan's sweeping statements.
This is where you are allowed to vent your unpopular opinions without fear or favour. I'm just looking out the window of this studio and Michael Myers is crossing the road, a Halloween costume, and it was
full.
It was like... That is the scariest thing I've seen in a long time. I'm almost speechless. Oh, my God. I hope he's not coming up here.
I mean, any bet he is.
Anything's possible. John McCool's about to have a nervous breakdown.
Get security.
We are talking sweeping statements, and here is mine. Yesterday I shared, and nobody asked, I know. I shared a dream. And just as I was explaining my dream, I realised that I believe that nobody cares about what dream you had last night. There is no more insufferable conversation than one that starts with, oh my God, I had the most amazing dream last night. No.
And
no one wants to hear about it.
What's even worse is when someone then comes back to you and is like, well, that means that someone
what a
has been
load of rubbish. It's all rubbish. And to illustrate this in the most gorgeous way possible, not even knowing that I was going to do this in the sweeping statements today, my friend sent me some audio she took secretly of her mother just this morning, telling her about a dream she had. And, you know, trigger warning, you're going to lose the will to live when you listen to it, but it is so gorgeous. She starts by saying that the weirdest thing has happened. She's had yet another dream about John Fane, who is a ABC radio broadcaster in his late 60s. So straight away, that is gold.
Amazing.
John Fane regularly appears in the dreams of my friend's mother, and then this happens.
And we just sit around the table in the big dining room and just talk.
Mm-hmm.
Talking?
Yeah.
Just funny. Every night he used to come, you know, knock.
And that was the dream?
That was the dream.
That was it?
And then one night he came to introduce his wife, who looked like, 100 years older than him. And that's all.
And that's all.
They never go anywhere. And can you hear my friend going, just being so patient.
Oh, bless.
What's your sweeping statement, Jack?
This has been giving me the ick for about a week now. I think it's a new feature on Instagram. Now, Instagram's my favourite app. I love it.
Agreed.
If you'd like to see me be attacked by a headphone at the moment, at Jack Charles, it was extremely painful. There is a feature, Swanee, where when you upload just a static image, not a reel, not a video, just a static image to your grid, that you can add a song to it. Now, this is completely unnecessary and shouldn't be allowed. Because on an Instagram story, thank you, Tom's clapping, on an Instagram story that's a video or a video like you've been doing in your vlog reel era, that's fine. Because a song kind of creates the vibe.
Yeah, well, you're preparing a video clip for a song.
Exactly. But a picture of you just standing there with like Fred again blurring is weird and unnecessary, and I don't like it.
I tend to agree with you.
So please stop
I didn't
doing
realise I thought that until you just said it.
Swan's sweeping statements.
Oh, yeah, nobody wants to hear about your dreams. They are so interesting to the person telling them, though.
They are.
It's a weird disconnect, isn't it?
But that is the only person they are interested in.
It really is. They are the facts. And yours, Jack?
I do not like the feature on Instagram where you can add a song to your static photo. I get it with videos. It's great. It creates the vibe and sets the mood. But when it's just a static photo of you standing there, you don't need a song to it, man.
Hard pass. Hello, Hunter.
Hi.
How are ya?
Good.
What are you doing with yourself? Tell me everything about you, Hunter.
I'm at home because I had an appointment today.
Oh, I'm not going to ask you what your appointment was because I feel like that's the sort of thing that'll get me into trouble. Hunter, what grade are you in?
5.
Oh, nice. I'm not going to ask you what your favourite subject at school is because no one has one, do they, Hunter?
Yeah.
No one has one. Once my daughter, who's about your age, was asked what her favourite subject at school was, and she said lunchtime. All right, Hunter, what is your sweeping statement?
That icing is the worst part of every single cake.
No.
Hunter. Can I try and catch you out? What about the greatest icing / frosting of all time, the great sour cream icing?
No.
Even on a carrot cake, Hunter?
Nope.
No, you will not be swayed.
Do you remember like the first time you tried icing, Hunter? Like, did you like it at the start, or you've just never liked it since you were like 4 or 5?
No, I've never liked it.
Hunter, well, I mean, look, part of the rules of sweeping statements, as you know, is that we can't try and change your mind. You're entitled to your opinion. You can keep it, Hunter. What great prize have I got for Hunter? I want to give him something really amazing.
Surely at Priceline he'd be able to buy something for
He
himself.
could, absolutely. But also, I'm going to give you a Priceline pharmacy voucher because I can hear your mum in the background. I'm also going to give you an Amazon Echo Auto with Alexa, Hunter.
Thank you.
That is my pleasure. You're a darling. Future's all right.
Let's go to Max in the Shire. Hey, Max.
Hi, guys.
Oh, it's the underage edition today. How old are you, Max?
I'm 13.
Yes. God, Max, let me tell you, you got your whole life ahead of you, and I know that you feel like, you know, school is everything, but it's a blip. It's a blip.
Yeah. My sweeping statement is, though, babies should not be allowed on aeroplanes.
Max.
I love it.
Come on now. Come on. Where have you travelled anywhere before, Max?
Yeah, LA.
Where? How old were you?
It was last year, so 12.
And was that your first plane trip?
No, I had many before that.
Yeah. How young were you on your first one, Maxie?
3.
That's a baby. Wherever you were going then, you are not allowing yourself to go there.
Sorry for the other people on the plane.
You did even then. At 3 years old, you were walking around going, I'm so sorry, guys. You have got yourself an Amazon Echo Auto with Alexa as well, Max.
Let's go to Sophie to finish us off. Sophie, what's your sweeping statement?
The beach is overrated.
But, like, why? Like, give us more info.
Oh, because who likes to come home with sand everywhere, walk it through the house everywhere, and it ends up in your car for weeks?
And also, can I have a word with you, Beach? Would some shade kill ya?
Chrissy's Clickbait.
Amazing Race. Things are hotting up over wherever they are. I've missed it.
Cambodia.
I was so excited to really, like, commit to a show from the first frame. And then I just got busy and I haven't watched it. I'm going to have to get onto Templay and catch up.
You should, because they announced yesterday or at the start of the week, they're bringing it back for a second season of Celeb Amazing Race next year.
Me and Joel should do it. Me
You
and Joel
should.
Creasy should do the Amazing Race. That would be hysterical. Can you
Imagine.
imagine how much he would squeal and how much I would wet my pants?
Well, it would be like I'm a Celeb sort of 2.0 almost.
Yes, but we only met each other on that show. Now we're properly friends. Like, we've
yeah.
been friends for 10 years now.
Yeah.
It would be heaps better. Anyway, Rebecca Judd and her sister Kate were eliminated last night on The Amazing Race. And you've got some interesting audio here, Jack.
Yeah, well, there was something in particular that got them booted off the show.
Okay.
What is it? Big, black, hairy.
Oh, my God.
Just some more radio of
Yes,
what got
please.
them eliminated?
Yeah.
Oh, he's stiffening up.
God, it sounds like the after party thrown by Lizzo in Amsterdam. Is that where they were? Were they in Amsterdam?
It's plot twist.
What are they talking about?
They're in Cambodia and they had to eat something.
What is it? Big, black, hairy tarantulas.
Tarantulas?
No, this is like my worst nightmare. As soon as I saw the tarantulas, I knew Beck was not going to be okay.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't even be in the vicinity. You can't do that. You can't sit. We have to be together. Yeah, I'm not going in there. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. I don't do spiders. Ever. I'm out. Bye.
Yeah, no, that is impossible. And speaking of I'm a Celebrity, a huge wolf spider Have you ever seen them?
Only on like TV and movies, yeah.
They're massive, hairy. They're grey, not black. But they're the size of a bird, really, but with lots of legs.
And they look thick.
And I remember I was sleeping in my swag and I felt something like the size of a hand crawl over my eyes very quickly and scuttle away, and it was a wolf spider. On this face that you're looking at, I did that.
At what point did you become aware that it was a spider? Like, were you actually asleep, and then you woke up to it?
I was asleep, and then after about 2 steps across my face...
So you saw it go over your eyes?
I opened my eyes and I saw the smudge of a very large spider.
Oh, yeah. I'd need therapy after that.
See, and I never had to eat anything particularly bad because my body wouldn't allow it. But I don't... What do you think? Could you eat a deep... The thing is, it's deep fried, and literally anything deep fried is delicious.
See... I was watching last night and I think I could.
It's the size of a bird, though.
Wait, the tarantula?
Yeah.
The ones they were eating weren't that big. They were like, you could put them on your fingers.
Ugh.
I think if I had seen it be deep fried, this is sick, but I think I could eat it because I know it's dead. Just, I'd like to feel the texture and crunch.
Well, I reckon it wouldn't be that different to a soft shell crab.
Yeah.
It'd be the same. But the worst part of the soft shell crab is that gooey body inside.
Yeah.
Yuck. Let's move on to Beyonce. She's got a new fragrance. Higher or lower than 10. How many fragrances has Beyonce released in her lifetime since 2010, since she started?
I feel like this could be a trick question. I'm going to say none.
14.
Beyonce?
14 perfumes.
Have I missed something?
Heat, Pulse, Rise, and then Heat was so, that was the first one, that was so successful that it had 7 different spin-offs, like Heat Intensity, Heat Summer, Heat, they're not the names, but, you know, yeah.
Wow.
14 perfumes, and she's got a brand new one, but I reckon this one is the one that she's most proud of. You can only get it from her website.
Smart.
It's going to cost $160, so she ain't cheap.
Oh, that's spenny.
It is spenny. It's called Scène Noire, which means this black. And listen to her talk about it and just see if you think that she's actually ever heard or smelt this fragrance.
I'm super excited. This is my Scène Noire unboxing.
Good reading.
And it's finally here after years of work.
Yes, by who though?
Right here you can see inside the soul of the perfume. All right, my first spray.
When she says my first spray, do you think she means it's the first spray from that shipment, or it's the first time she's ever sprayed that perfume in her life? Because look, I might be cynical, but every time I see a celebrity fragrance, I think, and this goes for the biggest names like Mariah Carey and Paris Hilton, all the way down to local stars like Delta Goodrem and that.
Yes.
I might be cynical, but I just go, someone else has made this perfume.
Yeah.
They've shown you a box and you've gone, yep, no worries.
Whack me name on it.
Whack me name on it. Is that cynical?
No, that's quite accurate and exactly how I believe it happens.
I couldn't do that. If I had a perfume, I would be so annoying. I would be in there going, nope, that's too pongy. That smells too much like my kindergarten teacher. Like, no.
You should do a fragrance. Would you ever do one?
I'd love to do one. I would love to do one. What would I call it? Losing the will to live. Is that what I'd call it? We will be back tomorrow, well and truly excited and pumped up.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.